Hello and welcome to another episode, The More You Share, The More You Know. I'm Jocelina Hernandez with Education Service Center at Region 19. And today we're going to be going over one of the Web 2.0 tools that you can use in your classroom, and that's Google. So we're going to be talking about using Google for deciding what reading level you're going to use with your students. And then we're going to go into the Google Drive and we're going to talk a little bit more about how you can research, how you can filter your searches, and then how to cite your information. So let's go ahead and get started with Google. I'm going to go ahead and open up Google. I'm just going to go to google.com. So right here in Google, I decided to pick a topic that we have in 7th grade social studies, which is civil rights, the civil rights movement. So I'm going to go ahead and just search for civil rights. And this is, everybody's really familiar with this. What not everybody's familiar with is using the search tools. So if you look over here, you have the search tools, and then this pops up. If you click right here on all results, you can decide, or you can filter by reading level. And if you notice, now all the links that you have are by reading level. So you can find some basic reading level, you can find some intermediate reading level, and some advanced reading level. So depending on your search, you can filter that for your students. So that's a really good way to get some articles that you know that most of your students are going to be able to understand. Now we're going to go ahead and sign in. In order for you to access the Google Drive, you do have to sign in. You have to have an account. So you just create a Gmail account and that will work. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And all I did, let me go ahead and do that again. Over here on the right side, and again, I'm just on google.com. Over here on the right side, you have a button that says sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. So many passwords. Okay, so I'm signed in, and the reason I know that I'm signed in is because now it says my name over here on the right side. So I can continue searching through Google if I want to. But what I want to show you is over here in the Google Drive. So right here, if I click on Google Drive, notice that I do have some documents, and a lot of people are familiar with how to use the Google Drive documents, but there's a few new things on there. I'm going to go ahead and click on create because I'm going to create a new one, and notice that I have some new apps over here. We're going to go ahead and go over these maybe on another episode, but for today we're going to be talking about how to search within a document. So I'm going to click on document. I'm going to create a brand new document, and I'm going to continue with the same topic. One of the things that I know that I have trouble with my students is that they don't, when you give them an essay, for example, they work, one person is working on the essay and the rest might just be sitting around. Maybe they just did the research and they're not working on it together. So I really like working on Google Drive so that they can all collaborate on the same document. So that's one of the things that I can do here. That way I don't have one student just typing and then the rest are just sitting around. So right here, all I have to do, if you look on the right, it's a big blue button. If you click on share, I can go ahead and skip this, or I can give it a title. Okay, so right here we have the share button, so we're going to go ahead and click on this share button. I can skip it, or I can give it a name at this point. I'm going to go ahead and skip it, and I get this screen that says sharing settings. So who has access? At this point, it's private. Only the people listed below can access, and I can add people here. So I'm going to change this, and I can give any person that has a link, I can go ahead and just send this link, email this link to anybody, and they'll have access to this document. And then not only can they have access, but they can also edit or make comments on there. So if I want students to collaborate together on a document, I'm going to go ahead and choose can edit, and that way they can all go in there and they can type whatever their portion is on their document. And then right here, I can add the email addresses, or if I want to, I can just select this link right here, go to my Gmail or go to my whatever email that I want and then paste it on there, and everybody will have access to it. So that's how you can get other students to collaborate on the same document. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. I'm not going to send it to anybody at this point. Now, as I'm creating my document here, again, we're going to be continuing with the same topic. Now, as a student, a lot of times, you know, they'll be going to Google or they'll be going to other sites. Right here, all I have to do is highlight whatever I'm looking for. And right here at the top, where you see tools, you see a button that says research. And what that'll do is it'll give you the links over here on the right side. So the same thing that you would find just by going to Google, you'll find them all over here on the right side. Now here, where you have the G, you can filter. This is showing everything. You can also filter by images, scholarly articles, maybe just quotes. Maybe you're looking for a quote that includes the word civil rights. So you see the quotes right here. And if you want to, you can just insert them. Now right now I want to put my cursor down here so you can see what where I'm going to insert it. I'm going to click insert, and then it gives you that quote. I'm going to go back to everything. So let's say that, you know, my students are still researching within this document. Let's say they go to this article. So it'll open up a new page. They'll get their information. So as they're getting their information, they can go back to their document. And remember, they can collaborate. So one student can be looking at one portion of the civil rights, and the other student can be researching something different in relation to the civil rights. So they can all be working on the same document. And then here, all they have to do is just change whatever they're looking for. So back here, let's say, I'm just going to go ahead and type something different. But let's say I did like this, this site. I found some useful information. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I need to cite this, link. So I'm going to go back to my document, and then I'm going to find that link again. I can just preview it. That wasn't it. Which one was it? It was this one up here. So I'm going to go back to this one here, preview it, and I know that this one is it. If you notice, you have some buttons down here. There's a preview, insert link, and then there's a cite. So if I click on cite, notice that what it did is it added a number 2. It added a number 2 right after civil rights. And if I scroll down on my document, it went ahead and gave me the citation for that. Now, it was a number 2 because the first one, remember, that one was the quote that I got earlier. Okay, so now how do I know which, what style did they use for the citation? So right up here, you have this little down arrow. If you click on it, you can decide the citation format. If it's MLA, APA, or Chicago, it'll do it for you automatically. So your students don't really have to figure out how to cite, or how sometimes they do it wrong. They can check, as you teach them, they can check to make sure that they did it correctly. So that's a really neat tool to use for your students. Now the last thing that I did want to show you here, as far as the images, it does give you the image, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll up to insert an image. It does give you the image. The images, it doesn't cite them though. If I click on an image and then drag it over, some of them will cite, and I'll go back to that. Some of them it will cite them, and some of them it'll just give you the website. It won't cite them for you. In this case, this one it did cite, but there's some images that it won't cite them at all. It'll just give you the website. So you just have to be careful with that. So you may have to make sure that the students know how to cite their images. But other than that, that's really a neat tool to use with your students. If you need them to download this document, if you click on File, right here you can decide if you want to download it as a Microsoft Word open document, rich text, etc. So this is, after everybody's done, you can have them download it, print it, do whatever you want with them. Or they can just share it with you, and then you'll be able to open it with the link. So I hope you found this very useful. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.